and welcome to the 30 Days Summit, where Russell Brunson has brought together a collection of his top 2 Comma Club and 8-figure award winners to share with you how they would literally survive and begin to rebuild their business in just 30 days if they lost it all. My name is Bailey Richard, and I'm here right now with Joe McCall. Joe has been investing in real estate full-time since 2009, doing many deals in the USA while traveling around Europe and in his RV. His podcasts, courses, workshops, and books help beginning investors learn how to build fully automated real estate businesses that flip deals from anywhere in the world with only a laptop and a phone. Joe, welcome to the summit.
Hey, Bailey. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to talk to you about your 30-day plan.
I appreciate you letting me be here.
Yeah, of course. So first of all, I'd love to just give our audience a brief overview of your process, because your 30-day plan is just a tad different and unique from so many of the other people that we're interviewing on this summit.
I am so glad to hear that.
Well, good.
I wanted mine to be a little different, but this is actually what I would do. It's really simple. I've thought about this before a lot, and this exercise was really helpful because it allowed me to kind of write out all of my thoughts, my process, and start thinking more deeply about it. But, I'm a big fan of content marketing, right? And creating really good content as a way to grow your list. But at the same time, you should always be selling something, right? So just creating content for content's sake, just to build goodwill, is not going to put money in your bank account, right? So you always need to be creating good content with the purpose of building value, but also then asking people for money so you can actually get paid and eat, right? So I've often thought about, like, what are the best ways to be a good content marketer and a good sales marketer? And so I love mind maps. And so from a high level, this funnel is a process of putting down into a mind map some really, really good, valuable content, okay? That is short and actionable, and it provides incredible value. And record yourself on video of you teaching from that mind map. And in the mind map, you've got spreadsheets and checklists and contracts and marketing pieces and scripts and all kinds of really valuable stuff in this mind map. And in your videos, which you turn into podcasts or YouTube channels, videos and all of that, you show people this really incredible stuff, right? And they get a lot of value out of seeing that. But you say, you know what? If you'd like this mind map that has these spreadsheets and these calculators and contracts and all of this stuff, it's only $7, right? And you get them to a website where they pay you $7, and then you're dealing with buyers. You're dealing with people that are willing to open up their wallets and pull their credit card out. And then you offer them whatever. You could offer them a course. What I'm talking about in this program here, which I think is the fastest path to cash, is offering them a strategy session or a coaching application where I can get on the phone and start talking to them. And so that's it. I'm using the mind map as the thing that is the structure of my content. And I can share that mind map with people really, really easily. Because it's a link that I just give them. It's not like I'm emailing them an attachment and they have to download some software. I just email them a link to view my mind map, which has all that valuable stuff in there. I mean, that's a course that could sell easily for several $100s, and I'm giving it to them for just $7. So it's a way to build a list. It's a way to create really good content that can turn into a YouTube channel and a podcast and a blog and a book on Amazon, and then you can use it later to sell as in a free plus shipping funnel. So it all kind of starts with a mind map, and I really tried to keep it super simple, not complicated, but keep it super simple and show people, listen, this is a way that you can easily create some good, valuable content that can fill your calendar for a month of stuff. Each little piece of content is maybe 15 minutes long. And then you just share that out into the world. and it goes out there, and it's kind of self-contained. Does that make sense? Am I complicating it too much? I hope not.
No, I think that's fantastic. And one of the things that's so interesting about the way that you've done your plan is that actually you spend the entire first week really going hard and creating this mind map and all of your systems. And then in your plan, days 8 through 30 are essentially very repetitive. You're almost doing the exact same thing every single day, where then you're producing a new piece of content on multiple different platforms to share more information about this mind map.
Yes. So it shouldn't take longer than a week to set this up. Okay. And then once it's done, even if you don't have all of your content recorded, that's fine. You can still kind of record it as you go along, but you start publishing it, right? And that little 10, 15-minute video where you're talking about a certain section of your mind map can become a podcast, can become a YouTube video, can be rebroadcast live on Facebook Live, can be transcribed and turned into a blog post. So then what you're doing is you're kind of pushing that content out there. And we're not allowed to do Facebook ads, right? So this is going out there into different Facebook groups or other forums and stuff like that. You spend the rest of the time kind of just interacting with people on Instagram, on Facebook, answering questions, asking questions, getting feedback and dialogue, asking people to share. When you share a piece of content, you ask them, listen, do you have any questions about this? And you answer them. But the whole idea then is to get them on the phone. So I want them to, I don't want to talk to people that aren't willing to open up their wallet. So I learned this from Russell Brunson, how, and he's talked about this a lot, he doesn't give away really anything for free anymore. It's all, there's some kind of paywall, there's some kind of, you have to pay free, it's free plus shipping and handling, or it's $7 or $37. But anyway, my point is though, you get people, you get to spread the word out there. There are multiple channels. They buy this really ridiculously cheap and very valuable mind map. And then you send them emails and you follow up with them to get them to schedule a free strategy session, a free coaching call. You get them on the phone and you'd sell them into your coaching program. Or actually, better phrased, they sell you on to why you should let them into your coaching program. So you do spend days 8 through 30 in this thing that I'm talking about, not just sharing your content, but talking to people on the phone, getting them to after they fill out a coaching application, getting them on the phone, talking to them, and maybe they'd be a good fit for coaching, maybe not.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. I'd love to actually spend a little bit more time talking about really what this mind map looks like. You keep using this word mind map. You've said that whenever people buy it from you for $7, that you send them the link to view it. So I'd love to hear what resource you use to set that all up and really what you put in that mind map to make it a no-brainer purchase.
So this is all based on that mind map. And mind map is an online tool. It used to be a software, like you had to download a software and you didn't have to be connected to the internet. And then to share your mind map with people, you used to have to email it to them. And then they had to have that same program so they could open it and view it. But a mind map is just simply a way to diagram your thoughts and process and content. Like I have a bunch of courses and they're all based on mind maps. So I use MindMeister, mindmeister.com. You can get up to three mind maps for free, and then there's a premium version and it's super cheap. But so what I do is I start with a concept. And in this example, it was marketing secrets for real estate investors, like how to get 100 leads in 30 days or less. And so that's kind of the main circle of the mind map. And then branched out from that, you could have like 30 different 10 to 15 seconds or 10 to 15 minute modules or nodes. As a mind map, it would be called a node, N-O-D-E. So you branch out, like maybe the first node would be, because we're talking about marketing, maybe it would be marketing research, okay? And so I would spend 10 or 15 minutes in that mind map just kind of mapping out my ideas and thoughts and how I go into a market and do a research and the websites I go to and the tools that I use. And then maybe the next node is a section on creating a marketing plan. So I use a scorecard, which is this really incredibly valuable, simple spreadsheet where I put in there, like working backwards from my numbers. If I want to make $10,000 a month flipping real estate, well, I need to do 2 deals. And how many leads do I usually need per deal? Let's say 30. So then I work backwards from my dollar amount to figure out, okay, how many leads do I need a day? And where are those leads going to come from? So I have like 3 different marketing channels inside this spreadsheet, and you put in your percentages and it spits out numbers, and it tells you how much marketing you should be doing every day, right? And it has a scorecard. So during my mind map, that spreadsheet is usually a Google sheet, okay? And I can share that Google sheet into my mind map. So I copy and paste the link to that spreadsheet in the mind map. So when I'm recording the video, I say, hey guys, I'm going to show you the spreadsheet I use to create my marketing plan. And from the mind map, because I'm showing this on video, the webcam like we're doing now, but I'm also sharing my screen. So my webcam video is on the lower right-hand corner. And I open up my mind map, and they can see me navigating through it, right? And they see all of this really good content in there. And when you open up a node, then other nodes come out, right? And then you can open up that node, and another node comes out. So it's like it keeps on getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of hard to describe if you don't see it. Maybe I'll show you later in the next part of this interview. So then I show them, okay, guys, in this mind map, I have a spreadsheet that I use that's going to help you create this marketing plan. And I click on the link in the mind map, and it opens up this spreadsheet. And I say, guys, if you want this spreadsheet, you can get it's in my mind map. You just got to go to this website. It's $7. You can get this mind map. So then anyway, once I put all of my content in there, it's this really big, huge mind map, but it's shrunk. You know, like you either expand it or shrink it. And so it doesn't look that big. And as you go in and expand it out, it gets bigger and bigger. So with MindMeister, this is a really powerful thing in this. I can share just a view-only link to that mind map. So it allows me to have sharing permissions. So when somebody buys this mind map, I can give them a view-only link. So they don't have to download any software. It's just a link that they click on it. They can view my mind map. And then they can click around and see all of my stuff. If I have attachments in there, if I have links in there, they can download those links and those spreadsheets and those PDFs and marketing pieces. They can download that themselves and use it on their own. So now what I've done, and the other cool thing is this, what I'll do in this mind map is I will take all 30 of my videos and link them into the mind map so they can see the videos in the mind map as well. And then I also take a transcription of the videos and they can read the transcription. So like my whole entire course is in the mind map, right? It's not like a membership site which has, and I could do a membership site, but this is, in my opinion, a lot easier. My entire course is in the mind map. And it's just easy for me to share it with people. And that's how it all starts. Does that answer the question?
Oh, absolutely. So what I think is so interesting here is that when people hear the word mind map, I think they normally think of it as a planning tool for personal use, a strategy for organizing your thoughts. But you're really taking this concept and turning it into something else. You're actually using it as a front-facing offer for your audience where you have laid out an entire course or an entire concept that you're teaching, and then you've drilled down to each one of those modules or nodes inside of your mind map, where then additionally, you're providing valuable resources that they can use. It's not just the information. You're not saying pay $7 for basically an ebook outline, that kind of mind map. You're also
This is way better than an ebook. This is way more valuable than a PDF report, right?
Yeah.
This is like a living document in the internet world, right? So like you can, and the cool thing about the mind map too is if I were to show you some of mine, if I were to open up every node, it would be super long, right? But you can drill them down really quickly and easily. And if you wanted to find something, like let's say there was a section where I talked about postcards. If you go to the search bar and type in postcard, it takes you right into all the different instances in the mind map where the word postcard happens. And so it makes it even easier to navigate and get around and see things.
So one of the keys most definitely then to making this funnel a success is having a really valuable mind map, not just surface level, but really providing a lot of detail in the mind map itself and then additional resources that people will find when they drill down.
You know, one of the things I like to do, and I make sure every node in that mind map has really good valuable stuff in it, right? So it could be a spreadsheet, it could be a script. Like I have scripts with sellers and buyers that I use. I use a lot of different marketing pieces like postcards and letters and stuff like that. Contracts, checklists, and spreadsheets, and I have calculators that I've built that help you calculate offers and things like that. But you could also do, let's say you're teaching on a certain subject, let's just say how to quit smoking, okay? and you put all that content into the mind map, you could say, hey guys, let's say there's a certain aspect of that you're talking about. And you could say, listen, I went to YouTube and I did a lot of research and I found the top 5, I found some five really good videos that deal in more detail about this subject. And I'll give you the links to these YouTube videos in my mind map. And so you can show them in the mind map as you expand it. So you can show them the 5 videos. Well, the only way they can see what those videos are is by getting your mind map. Or it could be, listen, guys, here are 4 different podcasts that you need to listen to that are really, really good. So if you get on the mind map, if you just go right here, you can get these links to these podcasts. Or it could be links to Amazon books. It could be links to other blog posts. It doesn't even have to be content that you've created. It could just be links forwarding them to other tools and resources if they want to dive in and get more information on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So some really great ideas that you're giving for us for this front end offer. I love it. So, all right, let's move on to the next step then. After you have created this valuable mind map that you're going to eventually sell for $7, what are some of the next steps that you need to take?
Well, I want to, it's pretty simple, right? So they see my content from a YouTube video or a podcast or a Facebook Live video or an Instagram video. They're going to go to my website, and if they're interested in this mind map, they'll pay $7 for it. And immediately after that will be my thank you page, right? And usually I'll say something like, it'll be a little video. Hey guys, thank you so much. Down below is a link to click on this mind map. And I might even make that pop up after just a few minutes so they can't go to it right away. And I might say, hey guys, the link to this mind map will pop up in just a minute. But I wanted to tell you something first. And so from there, I would do a couple things. I might invite them to an automated webinar. I might say, I might just say, listen, if you would like some help where I can actually, I can get on the phone and talk with you and talk about your business. So you can pitch right then and there a strategy session to get on a coaching call, a free coaching call. Or you could even make the thank you page be a free special bonus training that's a 30-minute perfect webinar of you. Like instead of inviting them to an automated webinar, it could just be right then and there. Hey guys, we emailed you a link to the mind map, but we'll email you a link to the mind map in 15 minutes, so don't go anywhere. I got some special training for you here that's going to show you how to actually take what you've learned in this mind map and 10x your business. So it could be just a special training, which is your perfect webinar pitch into a coaching application with you. And so then if on that page, they'll see a link where they can schedule a call with you, maybe fill out an application and then schedule a call. So that's kind of it. You've got the page where it sells the mind map, the checkout page where they can buy it, the thank you page, which usually, depending on how you want to do it, it gives it to them right away, or it says, hey guys, I'll email it to you, or it says, hey, in about 5 minutes, I'll pop up the link down below, but first let me tell you a few things about this. And then you go into your script to sell a coaching application or whatnot. Then, now you've got their email address, you've got their physical mailing address, you have their phone number, right? So now you can start following up with them. Okay, they may not fill an application out right then, but you can put them into an autoresponder series. Okay, you can send them a text message. You can send them something in the physical mail. I talked about this in the program. So now I can follow up with them, and maybe in 3 months, when all of my content is done, I can take all those videos from that mind map, get them transcribed, turned into a book, right? And maybe I could send them some promotions to get into my free plus shipping funnel and have them just go through it again. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, because they visited my website, I've pixeled them now, right? So now I can follow them after I start making some money. Now I can start following them with ads to go to my webinar, to watch my, or to go to my coaching sales page or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. So all of the setting up of the systems, the mind map, the funnel, everything is actually happening during the first week of your plan. That's where we still are. And that's leading us up to day 6, which is where you say you'd set up your social media profiles, your YouTube channel, your podcast channel. And that all happens before we get into the rest of the plan. So I'd love to take just a couple of minutes and ask you if you have any tips or any, bits of wisdom you'd like to share about setting up all of those profiles.
Well, yeah. So there's a lot of technical details with this kind of stuff, right? And it was hard for me because the challenge with this book was you don't have any money, right? Except a ClickFunnels account. That's all you have. Well, normally I would go out and I'd just hire a bunch of people on Fiverr to build this stuff for me. And so here's the thing. And I talked about this a lot when I was writing this down. Don't overthink this. Don't overanalyze it. Done is the new perfect, right? Just get it out there and do it, because you can always go back later and get a better logo, build a better banner, do a better musical intro to your podcast or videos or whatever. You can always do that later. But so there was a lot of stuff that gets done up front. And the idea then is I just want something that looks good. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And the other thing I was thinking about too is it's important to not ask how, but to ask who. But if you're just getting started and you don't have the money to hire someone to do this stuff for you, there's YouTube, right? And so you can go to YouTube and do searches for videos on how to do certain things, like how to create a podcast on Libsyn. I gave like 6 or 8 of those different how-to suggestions in my content that I wrote out. But, you know, eventually you want to just hire someone on Fiverr to do the logo. You want to hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork to edit your podcast, to edit your videos. And you can even, if you wanted to, hire somebody on Upwork to rebroadcast your pre-recorded content live onto your Facebook pages, you know, if you wanted to. But it's kind of hard doing what I'm teaching and not really get into the tech stuff, because it is pretty tech heavy, right? And so if a mind map is intimidating to you, then maybe this isn't the best funnel for you, to be honest, because there is a lot of tech heavy stuff. Like you got to record the videos and you have to strip the audio and you have to tag it properly to send it to Libsyn to get it into iTunes. You have to know how to attach the bumpers for your videos so you can put them to YouTube. So if you can't do that yourself, that's fine. Maybe get a son or a daughter to help you. Maybe get one of your grandkids to help you, or eventually get somebody on Fiverr to do it for you. And, you know, like right now, I have a guy that I spend about $1,700 a month to edit all my podcasts and do my videos and take some of my podcasts and turn them into emails and stuff like that. That's a lot of money, but he's doing a lot. He's doing 3 episodes a week for me. So it's a good value. Does that answer the question?
Yes, absolutely. But I want to make sure that we have enough time to cover every single day of that first week, because it's so important. So we're now getting up to day 7, which is all about writing copy. So I was wondering if you could just share with us some information about this, specifically what things in this entire process you need to be writing copy for, and whether or not you have any tips to share about writing good copy.
Yeah, I think the biggest tip is to just be yourself. I love funnel scripts. I use it a lot. But sometimes I find that just when I'm being myself, it converts better. And part of the reason for that is a lot of my audience already knows me from my podcasts and videos and stuff like that. So when I'm writing like somebody else, it doesn't maybe sound as genuine. But if you, I always like to write like I talk. So my copy, when I'm writing it, it's short, to the point. I never have a paragraph that's longer than like 2 sentences. A lot of my paragraphs are just 1 sentence. I write like I talk, which makes it easier to read many times. And so I do, you know, if you can't use funnel scripts because maybe you can't afford it yet or whatnot, I mean, number one, you should get funnel scripts. It's amazing. It helps you get started and start thinking. And it provides a great outline where you can then start filling in the gaps with stuff. But I like using simple scripts like the who, what, why, how script that Russell talks about. You know, who are you? What do you have? Why should people get it? What will it do for them? And how can they get it? If you just keep it to that kind of a format, who, what, why, how, you can get a lot of good stuff. And sometimes shorter is better. You know, it doesn't have to be long. The greatest sermon that was ever preached by Jesus, right, on the Sermon on the Mount was only like 10 minutes long, 15 minutes if you were to read that sermon out loud. And look what kind of impact that has had in the world. So people are sometimes intimidated with thinking that they have to have this really long and elaborate sales copy, and it doesn't have to be that way. It's okay to be short and to the point. Just start thinking benefit, not features. And so for me, it's always been a struggle trying to stay away from talking about the features, but instead think about the benefits. Like I can mention the features, but then I always end the feature with, so that you can do this, right? So this marketing, this course that I have teaches you how to get a bunch of leads so that you can flip deals and start making money and go on vacation and get out of debt and quit your job, right? So I'm always, when I'm writing my copy, I'm never lying or exaggerating. I'm always thinking about the benefits of why they need this. What can this do for them? Why would they be interested in this? Why would they care about this? How can it help them? Like I also think when I'm writing my copy, people don't want the spatula. I'm not selling the spatula. I'm selling the meal that spatula is going to help them eat. I'm selling the Thanksgiving dinner that they're going to have with family and long lost loved ones, and the tears are going to cry with laughter over that at the Thanksgiving table with their family. All of that stuff. I'm not selling the spatula. I'm selling the happy memories they're going to get from the meal that spatula makes. And so for me, writing the copy becomes easier when I'm just talking to somebody like I would be at the grocery store if I'm talking to them about what I do. Does that make sense?
Definitely. And I love that you reiterate something that Russell is constantly teaching on, which is emphasizing those benefits over those features. Really, really important. But now I'd like to move on to the latter part of your 30-day plan, really the final 3/4 of it, because you lump together days 8 through 30 in your plan, and you basically say this is about repetition. It's about doing the same tasks every single day so that you can get that mind map out there to as many channels as possible. So I would love it if you could just share with us a little bit about these steps that you're taking every single day from day 8 to day 30 in order to make your plan, fully come to fruition.
Well, you've already got the mind map done, okay? And you've already you don't have to have all 30 different videos recorded, but maybe you've got 10 of them recorded. And so now you need to publish that content out. You need to publish it to YouTube. You need to push it out to iTunes or the podcasting world. You need to maybe put it out there on Facebook Live. And there's ways that you can broadcast pre-recorded videos on Facebook Live. And I talk about in the materials how to find that out. But one of the tools I use is, I forget. I'll find it later. But there's lots of tools out there, like BeLive.tv lets you do it. Zoom, believe it or not. I've done it before with Zoom, where I can broadcast videos that I've recorded before on Facebook Live. What is the name of that? I'll think of it later. So there's different tools. Wirecast, that's what it's called. Wirecast is a tool that I use. And so you can also publish it live on Periscope if anybody uses that anymore. I don't know. But so you're broadcasting or publishing their content out there. If you have a problem with broadcasting pre-recorded content on Facebook Live, then don't do it. Just redo it again. Get on Facebook Live right then and there and share your screen and just teach it again to your audience. And then you could even open it up for questions and start interacting with people if you wanted to. Like BeLive.tv or Zoom allows you to do that. Or you can even, I think you can even do it right now directly in Facebook. I'm not sure. But anyway, so you're repurposing that content and you're pushing it out there. And you're interacting with people on these social media channels. If somebody asks a question, you're immediately answering it. And if you could even possibly be going to different forums in your community and just posting some of this content that you're learning on those forums without asking for anything in return, but just getting it out there and sharing it and answering people's questions. So a lot of this has to be organic because you don't have any money in this project to spend on Facebook ads. But so you're pushing that content out there, getting as much generic traffic as you can. And then the rest of what you're doing is when people start applying or start buying your mind map, okay, if they don't apply, you're following up with them. You're asking them questions. And I listed a bunch of really good questions to text people that buy your mind map. And people that you could send out emails, you could send letters, you're following up with people. Pretty soon, if you do this, you're not going to be worried about having too much time on your hands, because you're going to start getting a lot of coaching applications, free strategy sessions, right? So you're going to start being on the phone, and you're going to have to start learning how to not spend too much time with people that don't have the money to sign up for your coaching now. And that's a whole nother topic, but eventually you can get someone else to help you with those calls. But what I'm saying is, like, pretty quickly, you're going to start getting applications. You're going to be broadcasting your content. You're going to be following up with people who bought the mind map. You know, like on day 5, you start sending out maybe, after you've released 5 episodes of content or whatever, you're going to start emailing people that purchased your mind map the next email. Hey, I just released video number 6. I just released video number 7, and telling people to go there. You could even go on Facebook Live and just do a brand new Facebook Live video. Hey guys, I'm here. I want to answer any questions you have about marketing, and just start interacting with people. Pretty soon you start getting coaching applications, and you start spending time with people on the phone. That's it.
Well, Joe, I'm sure there's going to be tons of people reading your 30-day plan who are definitely going to want to try it out for themselves. But right now, we are reaching our time for this first part of the interview, so I'd love to just open the floor to you if you have any pieces of advice or final words of wisdom you'd like to share with our audience.
Boy, don't get overwhelmed by it. Keep it simple. And it doesn't have to be a 30-day mind map, or it could be maybe 15 days, right? But think of something that's really, really valuable. If you look at your core offer, if you could splinter something off of that, like what's your most valuable piece of content in your core program, right? Maybe you could do a 15, 20-day module or video series on that one piece of content and give it away I almost said giving away for free, but you're not giving it away for free. You're teaching about this concept for free, but you have something that people have to get, they have to buy your mind map to get to, right? And so then you could start teaching this stuff. You could create a podcast out of it. You could write a book out of it. So the idea is keeping it super simple, not complicating it, but like put it all in a mind map, and then now think about how can you repurpose the videos from that mind map out to as many different channels as you can. And maybe podcasting is intimidating to you, so just do YouTube. Just get it out there on YouTube and get it out there on Facebook and Instagram. But keep it simple. And I'm hoping, because I've shared this concept before, and I know it's confused a lot of people, and I'm hoping that I've really simplified this, because this can be really, really powerful. It can help you grow your list. It can help you build authority in your community. It can help you give people to know, like, and trust you. And if they see this incredible value that you can bring to people, then you can actually really help people. And you could sell then coaching and partnering and done-for-you services and stuff like that to them later on. High-ticket stuff.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all of that incredible value with us today on this interview, Joe. For those of you watching at home who are ready to embark on your own 30-day path to success, I have something amazing I want to tell you about. It's called the One Funnel Away Challenge. You can learn more by clicking the button on this page and upgrade today for your opportunity to create your own customized and personalized 30-day plan to getting that next award-winning funnel launched with the help and guidance of a ClickFunnels 2 Club coach. But that is not all. You're also going to be receiving some incredible bonuses when you upgrade, including a physical copy of the 30-Day Summit book, where you're actually going to get a bound physical version of all of the 30-day plans from every single speaker on this summit, unlimited access to the interview that you just saw with Joe, and of course all of the other speakers on the 30-Day Summit as well, and my favorite part, a second interview that I have recorded with every single one of the speakers on the summit, where they're taking me behind the scenes and showing me via screen share how it is that they've actually set up their own award-winning 2 Club funnels. Truly, the value in those videos is out of this world, and you do not want to miss out on that. So make sure that you click the button on this page to learn more and upgrade to join the One Funnel Away Challenge. One more time, Joe, thank you so much for being a part of the summit. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Bailey.